Hi, this week we're going to go to Bedell Cellars in Cutchogue, New York on the North Fork of Long Island. You're going to meet Rich and Marin, and luckily I wasn't accompanied by an adult, Lenn Thompson of the Cork Report. Just a quick note, this is a long tasting because it's going to represent two different lines within that organization. There's Bedell Cellars, and of course there's Cork Creek, which was an independent winery before it was bought by Bedell quite a long time ago at this point. And they are still making wines under the two labels. So we're going to get to go and see a lot of that, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. You should have a good time. There was a sighting of wine writers at a local winery today. Be on alert. Just plain silly. Lenn and I sat down at the first empty table we could find and helped ourselves. Luckily, we were met by Marin Brennan, who's the assistant winemaker at Bedell and who makes the wines for Cork Creek. We are also joined by winemaker Richard Olsen-Harbich. Cork Creek is a vineyard owned by Bedell Cellars. We tasted 3 of Marin's wines first. The 2019 Pinot Grigio was a lovely zippy white that had great mouthfeel and was very refreshing. The white Cabernet Franc easily raised my eyebrows. Though there was no color from the Cab Franc, it easily tasted like a rosé with hints of strawberry and lots of citrus.
I'm the assistant winemaker at Bedell Cellars and maker of Cork Creek wines, White Cab Franc, small batch series, 87 cases. I made this wine like a rosé, so it's whole cluster and pressed off the skins and left me with very little to no color, no pink color, and I came up with this wine. Beautiful acidity, lots of fruit forwardness, a little earthiness.
The last wine we tried from Cork Creek was Marin's Malbec Rosé 2019. A big, pink, dark rosato kind of wine. Lots of great strawberry and tropical flavors. Really pretty. Really impressed with what Marin did with her run of small production wines for Cork Creek. Really looking forward to what she'll be doing in the future. Richard Olsen-Harbich is one of the most accomplished winemakers on the entire East Coast. He went to Cornell, he studied under Herman Weimer, he wrote the AVA for the North Fork, and he was one of the people instrumental in starting sustainable wine growing on Long Island. He's made a slew of incredible wines, and he is the only winemaker on the East Coast that uses indigenous yeasts for all of his wines. That said, his wines are spectacular, and you'll be thrilled when you get to taste some of them. The Bedell Blanc de Blancs 2016 is 100% Chardonnay from the Cork Creek vineyard. It had lots of great green apple, tropical fruits, had a bright, nice bready nose, and had a lovely creamy finish. Great Blanc de Blanc. I enjoyed the rosé very much, and I enjoyed the next 3 whites, the Pinot Gris, the Albarino, and the Viognier. I have a big soft spot for Viognier, so I really enjoyed that, but all of these wines were really wonderful. I really like the Cabernet Franc 2017. It's made in a softer style, very approachable, lots of lovely lush cherry and plum. Really just a nice, easy drinking Cabernet Franc. The last 2 wines of the tasting for me that really stood out were the Malbec 2018, which was just a lovely Long Island North Fork Malbec, just one of my favorite wines, and this one really stood out. Hand harvested, lots of dark color, really rich fruits, jammy as it should be, really lovely. And the Petit Verdot, again, one of my other favorite grapes, and this one was no exception. Big, lush, dark, really satisfying, a really wonderful wine. These two were just a really great accomplishment. After Lenn and I left Marin and Rich, we went over to the Barrow Food House in Aquabog. I treated myself to a lobster roll. Is a lobster roll ever bad in summer? From there, I went over to the Main Road Biscuit Company and got a couple of biscuits for the long ride from Orient Point to New England on the ferry, off to more fun adventures. Well, that's all for this week. I want to thank very much Marin and Rich for giving us so much time. It really was a tremendous tasting. They're making some great stuff. You really need to go on out there and check it out. And of course, a major thank you to my friend Lenn Thompson, who did a great job lining everything up, and always fun to taste with Lenn. We always have a good time together, and it was a great opportunity to just taste some good wines and then hang out with him. All right. See you all in the next adventure. Well, that's it for this edition of the Great American Winery Stroopwaffle. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you'll come back soon. And in the meantime, drink local.